It's been too long since we've talked about the Orville, so we're going to talk about it now. Hello out there, I'm the oldest nerd, and we certainly have not talked about the Orville much because there hasn't been a lot of news coming out of there. We've had some inkling that they were going to be going ahead. They were given the go-ahead for a third season, but not much detail came out beyond that. And they left us not on a cliffhanger at the end of season 2, but certainly with some very interesting things that had happened in the last couple of episodes that might have some effect on going into the third season. However, we expected it to come back to Fox, and in a previous video, we observed that it would not be a good idea for Fox to say, we don't want the Orville, because it's been one of the more popular programs. It's expensive, but certainly one of the more popular ones. What I did not anticipate was the effects of the sale of the film assets of 20th Century Fox to Disney. Now, to back up a little bit, here's how it worked. 21st Century Fox was a holding company for Fox News, the Fox Television Network, the Fox Sports channels, and all of everything pretty much in broadcasting called Fox. All of that is kind of all in the same company, or was. And recently, there was a sale of the 20th Century Fox assets to Disney. That is to say, 20th Century Fox Film Corporation that has, among other things, part of the X-Men franchise, and also the production of the Orville. Now, the Orville was aired on Fox Television, which was a sister to Fox Films, but Fox Television was not sold, and the Fox cable assets were not sold. So what we have here is something that'll be called Fox, which will all be television, and something was called Fox will now be called Disney. Perhaps it will be used as a name beneath the Disney brand. I'm not sure exactly how they're going to do that. But at any rate, everything that they produced for television and for movies is now Disney property. And Disney saw this as an opportunity to make more money off the Orville than to selling it to a television network. So since it was kind of a symbiotic relationship between the Fox Network and 20th Century Fox Studios, it worked out well there. But since Disney has its own network, which is ABC, they don't seem to have much incentive to put a hit show on a rival network. So what they're going to do is they're going to take the Orville and they're going to put it on Hulu for season 3. Now, already past seasons have been offered on Hulu because 20th Century Fox owned part of the Hulu service, and that was sold along with the rest of the Fox assets to Disney. So Disney ended up owning like 2/3 of it, and Comcast owned the other 33%, as it turns out. That was originally owned by Universal and NBC. Now, Comcast bought Universal and NBC, so what we have here is a situation where it was partially owned by now Disney and partially owned by NBC Universal. However, NBC Universal sold off their 33%, and so now Hulu is completely owned by Disney. So, with the idea that they get to keep all the profit off of Hulu, they get to keep all the profit off of the Fox productions, they decided not to even offer the Orville to Fox Television at all and take it for themselves for Hulu. So it's all a way of more money for Disney. Now, a lot of people preferred the Orville over, say, Star Trek for a number of reasons, but one of them, and a big one, was the fact that you had to pay extra to see Star Trek, where you could see the Orville on a free network. And now that's not the case. I kind of wonder how that's going to affect people who were fans of the Orville. Are they going to say, well, if you're going to make me pay for it, I'm not going to watch that either? Although Hulu does have other offerings on it, it might be worth something on that. So anyway, this is kind of the reason that all of this happened as far as the Orville is concerned. And we also found out that it will be not until 2020 that they will have any new episodes. And they say that's because of the complexity of the show. That makes sense. They have to shoot the scenes, then they have to go and do the special effects. And the special effects do take a lot of time to put together and to make as good as they do. So that's going to take some time. And obviously, with the more income coming off the show, they can put a little more money into the show. So we're liable to see some improved production values, if you can believe it. So that is upcoming in the Orville. So what it looks like is that Disney's aim is they're going to have their own streaming service as well, probably putting more family fare there, and things that are a little more edgy, like the Orville is perhaps, is going over to Hulu. So that looks to be the reason that they're going to go ahead and maintain two different streaming services. At any rate, they've said also that Fox Studios, in case you're interested, will still be doing R-rated fare. That's good news for Deadpool. We were concerned that the Deadpool movies might become a little too clean for our liking by being owned by Disney, but they apparently will continue to produce R-rated content, possibly under the Fox nameplate. I'm not certain what the licensing deal was for using the name Fox, or they may come up with a different division name out of Disney. They've done that before. So that's what we know right now about the Orville. I'd like to know what you think about it. Do you still want to watch the Orville? Are you going to pay for another streaming service to watch another sci-fi show? Or are you throwing your hands up and looking for something free? Let me know in the comments. Also, please subscribe. There's been some odd numbers bouncing around in my subscription numbers. I think that it's a problem with YouTube, but as many of you that could subscribe that have not already, I would greatly appreciate that. Also, always look forward to your comments, and if you want to make sure you don't miss a video, click the bell there, and the bell will give you some choices. You can either be notified for every video I put out, or just whenever it's things that you're more likely to watch. I don't know how it figures that out, but they know everything now, don't they? Until next time, don't go far.